What's up, guys? Alex Spins Vinyl coming back at you with another vinyl unboxing. Yes, I'm wearing the same jumper, but don't worry, it has been through the washing already. A few things have happened recently. I went to I'm gonna say it's my first record show, even though technically it is my second. First one I went to, I wasn't looking for anything for myself. I was looking for the shop that I work at. The second one, I was again looking for the shop that I work at, looking for stock for the shop that I work at, but I also found some stuff for my personal collection and got a few new things, loads of hip hop, soul, and reggae, and some more 45s to show you guys. So here we go. I'm going to start with those because why not? First up is Cameo Word Up, which has Urban Warrior on the flip side. I need to stop putting the records in front of my face because I'm aware that it does muffle my voice a little bit, and I do realize that I have that issue in previous videos. Next up is Kylie Minogue, The Locomotion, with I'll Still Be Loving You on the flip side. I actually really like Kylie's version of this song, so I had to get that. Magic Touch by Rose Royce, which has Safe and Warm on the flip side. Zing Went the Strings of My Heart by the Tramps, with Penguin at the Big Apple on the flip side. I have the album that both these songs are on anyway, but that was a freebies from my boss at the record shop, so I had to get it. Next up is Just an Illusion by Imagination, which has the instrumental version on the flip side. Pretty interesting stuff there. Next is ABBA, Take a Chance on Me, and I Have a Dream. And you can see where the original price tag was. I probably should have tried to keep that on there, but I don't know, I'm stupid. And next up is Rainbow, Since You've Been Gone, with Bad Girls on the flip side. So, that's it for 45s. Let's move on to the Hip Hop 12 inches. I only got 2 this month. The first one that I got is Party Time, the Go-Go edition by Curtis Blow. But it has the breaks on the flip side, which is the whole reason that I got this. You know, Breaks is his most popular track. So, of course, I'm going to make sure I add this to my collection, and I'm very glad that I did because it is an incredible addition. Next up is Nas Street Disciples 12 inch. You can kind of see that there. It has the dirty version, the clean version, and the instrumental version on both sides. It's the same on both sides. You can see the original pricing there. It's not what I paid for it. I paid a little bit more than that for it, but $6.99 is the original price on this. Nas is one of my favorite rappers, so I did have to get that. And then I have one more 12 inch to show you. I mean, this could technically be called hip hop, but for me it's more disco related. It's Back to Life by Soul to Soul. It's the club edition with Karen Wheeler on the flip side, and then it has Back to the Beats on the flip side. Still looking for that album, by the way. Alright, let's move on to some hip-hop albums. First up is a couple of hip-hop compilations. This is Hip-Hop and Rapping in the House. Very cheesy compilation, but there's a lot of AE's hip-hop tracks on here, like It Takes Two by Rob Bass is on here. The Show by Dougie Fresh is on here. Eric B. for President is on here. You know, there's just some great 80s hip-hop tracks on this, and I was glad that I got this. And you know, it's just, while it's not in the best condition, it is still nice to have it there, so I got that. The next one I have is Rap Attack, another compilation with loads of 80s hip-hop on here. This is mostly hip-hop songs from 88 and 89. But again, it has It Takes Two by Rob Bass. It has Say No Go by De La Soul, one of my favorite De La Soul tracks. So of course, having that is going to be fantastic. Next up is Strictly Business by EPMD. I actually ordered this off a guy off Facebook. Really, really good. The vinyl is immaculate shape, but the cover, I mean, the cover is not in brilliant condition, but I'm not too bothered about that, to be completely honest. This is a UK pressing, but it's very good for a UK pressing, which really took me by surprise. 1988's the year on this album. I mean, I already had the 12-inch for You Got to Chill, which is on this album, but I didn't have the album, and I've been looking for the album for a while, so there it is. Now, I talked about getting stock from, or for the shop from the record show, and, you know, with this next album, it's kind of difficult, because when things come through the shop, with hip-hop especially, because it's our biggest seller in our shop, I have to resist the temptation to take a lot of things from my personal collection and, you know, from the shop, and it's just not fair on everyone else. But so, you know, I've had to turn down Illmatic by Nas. I had to turn down Pete Rock and CO Smooth. I had to turn down Introducing by DJ Shadow. I had to turn down an original Slim Shady LP. But there was one thing I couldn't turn down, and that was this album, Naughty by Nature. Their self-titled debut from 1991. The guy who we bought this hip-hop collection off, he really kept care of everything. Everything was in these MoFi anti-static sleeves. It is a UK pressing, unfortunately. I think, yeah, this is a UK pressing, but it's on Big Life. But it's a very, very good UK pressing. Normally 80s UK pressings are very bad, even though this is 90s, but still, normally the pressings of these are very bad if they're the UK one, but this is actually a decent pressing. And the guy, like I said, really kept care of everything, and this was one thing I couldn't turn down just because of how long I've actually been looking for this on vinyl. So hey, there it is in the flesh. Now, next hip hop album, and actually the last one I'm going to show you, is the brand new Wu-Tang Clan album, The Saga Continues. This is a great album. Definitely one of the best Wu-Tang albums in a while. Probably their best one since the W, which, if you're not familiar, is an album they released way back in the early 2000s. I love the artwork on this. It's kind of like a comic book, very similar to what African Bambaataa did on one of his albums, Renegades of Funk. The design is very, very similar in the style, where it's like a comic book. So I really like that, and you know, it has inspired me to start looking at getting comic books. So I mean, I have a few, but this is one that made me start wanting to get more. So there we go. Now, next up is a UK pressing of Peter Tosh's Legalize It. But this is a great album. Another one I've been searching for a while. 1976 is the year on this. And very, very good pressing. I'm going to show the label up here. There's the original inner sleeve, and this actually came off Facebook from the same guy I bought the EPMD album off of, which is great. There's the green and red Virgin label on this one as well, so that's how you know it's UK, because I think if it was the Jamaican one, it would be on Trojan or Tough Gong or something like that. But either way, I'm just very happy to own this album because it's one I've been searching for a long time. Next one is Far Over by Burning Spear. This is not in the best of shape, just because this came off a reggae collection from a former DJ that my boss bought, but 1982 is the year on this. Another UK pressing, but you know, other than a few minor faults on the vinyl, it is, and obviously the cover's not in great shape neither, it's still a great, great album. And I'm really starting to like some Burning Spear stuff, so of course I had to make sure that I grabbed that. This 80s compilation thing was a freebie. This has songs on here like Africa by Toto, Give It Up by KC and the Sunshine Band. Down Under by Men at Work. What else is on here? That was big. That's about it. But you know, it's just a nice little cheesy 80s compilation to throw on if I have some friends around and they're also into the 80s. So there you go. It's on the K-Tel label, in case anyone's wondering. Next up is Eric Clapton, Backtracking. This has all the Eric Clapton stuff on it, like I Shot the Sheriff is on here. Wonderful Tonight is on here. Cocaine is on here. Sunshine of Your Love is on here. Little Wing, the Jimi Hendrix cover, I think. Layla's on here, so just a great album. My only issue is obviously this, where the original price tag was. The person who had it before me tried to rip the price tag off, obviously, and you know, it's kind of a shame, but other than that, this is a very, very beautiful copy. And I believe the year, 1984 is the year on this one. So, nice addition to the Clapton collection, and one that will, of course, be another artist who you'll be seeing a lot more of on my channel in the near future. Next up is What Price Paradise by China Crisis. I haven't shown off any China Crisis on my channel in a long time, but you know, I saw him live a few years back. I think it was 2014, I believe, but it was one of the best gigs I think I've ever been to, and their song Best Kept Secret is probably my favorite song by them, and it's on this album, which is fantastic. 1986 is the year on this, so a lot of 80s stuff, but again, very, very good album, and I highly recommend, actually. They're one of the more underrated bands to come out of Liverpool, since I believe they are overshadowed by not only other bands of their particular genre, but other bands from Liverpool, like the Beatles. So, we'll get on with the soul stuff here. Destiny by the Jacksons, UK copy. The dealer I bought this off chucked this in for free just because there was a few marks on it. It was not in the best shape, but plays perfectly fine, no skips or anything, so I'm very happy to finally have a copy of this because I've been searching for it for a very long time. Next up is Ohio Players, Skin Tight, fantastic album, filled with great funkiness and just all round a fantastic album. Highly recommend any Ohio Players stuff if you can find it. They're just one of the best funk bands I've ever heard. So, next up is My Sherry Amore by Stevie Wonder. One I didn't have yet, and this is actually a early 70s stereo pressing UK copy of this album. I don't normally get that specific about things like that, but I know someone's gonna know, and for a Stevie Wonder collector like me, it's pretty, you know, you need to know these things. I didn't have this one yet because I'd never seen a nice copy of this, but you know, stereo, early 70s reissue, I'm not complaining. Now, this next one, I don't know why I didn't have it yet, because it's probably outside of Talking Book and Songs in the Key of Life. This is probably the one that shows up the most, and it is this Journey Through the Secret Life of Plants. One I didn't have yet, for some bizarre reason. It is a double LP, but it opens like this, and then like this again. All the lyrics in there. One I didn't have yet, but this was just an absolute perfect copy. I wasn't dying to grab this album, actually, just because it's not my favorite Stevie Wonder album. But, you know, a nice mint copy like this, I wasn't just going to let it sit there at the show. So there it is. And this actually is 1979. This is still a pressing from 1979, but I'm not going to go into too much detail on that one. Next up is Music of My Mind by Stevie Wonder, another one I've been hunting for a while. This has the song Evil on it to close it. Is it 1972 is the year on this? So it was released the exact same year as Talking Book. It was just earlier on in the year. All the lyrics here, very nice artwork on the gatefold. And yeah, just a great Stevie Wonder album. And the final thing I picked up, which is something I had to order online because they sold out so quickly, and I was able to track one down. But here is the new Michael Jackson album, Scream, the one that glows in the dark, and then on the flip side has the blue with the splatter pattern. In fact, let me get it out just because the glare is crazy. So yeah, there's that. You pull this off. There we go. Let's have a look at this. There is the clear vinyl that glows in the dark, which is, I think, is pretty fantastic. And it does glow in the dark because I've tested it, and it is really incredible how they've done it. I'm not going to show you guys right now, but hey, there we go. And then, of course, there is the blue with the splatter pattern. You can't really see the splatter pattern that well, just because this isn't the best camera, but trust me, it is there, and it looks incredible. Oh yeah, and you get a lyric, you get a little thing of it as well, like a poster. I'm going to keep that in there. So, that's going to do it for this video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys soon with some more vinyl finds, and hopefully we can see what else I can get that is different, and hopefully I'll have some different stuff that I've never shown before on the channel. So I don't know, stay tuned, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace.